Hey! I'm running out of jokes here. Instead, I'm going to show you a little hi. Say hi. Oh, nope. She wants to go. Can I do the whole video with you up there? Huh? No? Okay. Hey, all, Joshua here from Sucuri, helping you with a quick overview of SQL injection attacks. In this short video, I'll be covering what SQL injections are, highlighting some of the most common types of SQL injections, and explaining how to prevent attacks on your website. So, what is a SQL injection? Basically, it's a vulnerability that allows an attacker to manipulate or interfere with queries made to the website's database. SQL injections can allow the hacker to view data that they wouldn't otherwise be able to access. For example, data belonging to users or the website itself. And in some cases, the attacker can even use SQL injections to modify or delete data, making changes to the website's behavior or content in the process. In the worst case scenario, an attacker may be able to escalate an attack to compromise the web server or backend, or even perform a denial of service attack. Next, let's take a look at some of the most common types of SQL injection attacks. Union-based SQL injections. This attack is the most common and combines the result of multiple select statements using the union operator. The malicious query can then be sent to the database in one of two ways: via a website URL or via a user input field. Responses from these attacks might contain data that the attacker is able to use or leverage. Blind SQL injection. It's an interesting attack that uses Boolean logic to probe an environment for information. The attacker then observes the responses to determine if a web page is vulnerable. Error-based SQL injection. This attack exploits database error messages to gather information from the database. Time-based SQL injection. This attack works by using scripts designed to take time to run, many seconds. This helps with determining if vulnerabilities are present, also with some Boolean techniques. You can refer to our cross-site scripting guide to see some sample scripts and more examples of attacks. Now the fun part. How do I know an attack is happening? SQL injection is hard to detect. Unlike other types of injection, these vulnerabilities don't leave traces on a server. Only by actively monitoring your database can you identify it. So, hard to detect and know it's happening. Better to be prepared and stop it. One easy way is, of course, to use our firewall. But what about some free ways? Let's go over some methods you can use to protect your site from SQL injections. Use prepared statements with parameterized queries. Define the query beforehand and the arguments and the types afterward. This way, the query knows what data is expected and ignores the rest. Use stored procedures. These are stored within the database itself, so only the arguments vary so that users are unable to dynamically insert code within a query. Allow list input validation. Don't trust user-submitted data, basically coming up with a list of existing set of known approved inputs that you test against. If it does not pass the test, it does not get executed. Enforce principle of least privileged. If the code only requires read access, don't give it read-write access. Use a web application firewall. Ours, of course. So my site is vulnerable to SQL injections. What do I do about it? So, you got to follow a few steps. Locate the vulnerable code. Remove injected content, backdoors, and any other malware. Patch the vulnerability in your database, website software, or third-party component. Update your credentials. Enforce password resets. Monitor your SQL statements to make sure it does not happen again. Set up a web application firewall, ours or any web application firewall, to filter malicious requests to your website. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this overview of SQL injections has been helpful. Make sure you check out the links to our resources at the bottom of this video and hit the like button and subscribe for more website security videos and guides. As always, if you think you've been hacked or you want to secure your website against malware or SQL injections, we're here to help. Reach out on social or click the link below this video and we can assist you with your website security needs.